बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं हूं सलीम खालिक और आप देख रहे हैं प्रोग्राम क्रिकेट कॉर्नर। पीएसएल के दिलचस्प मुकाबलों से यकीनी तौर पर आप लोग लुत्फानंदोज हो रहे होंगे और इवेंट अब अपने इख्तितामी मराहिल में दाखिल हो चुका है। दिफाई चैंपियन इस्लामाबाद टीम की जो टीम है वो पहुंच चुकी है इस वक्त प्ले ऑफ में और एक बार फिर टाइटल का दिफा करने के लिए बहुत ज्यादा पुरअज़्म है। उसके कोच माइक हेसन आज हमें ज्वाइन करेंगे लाहौर से। पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट टीम के भी वो कोच बन चुके हैं और पीएसएल के बाद अपनी जिम्मेदारियां संभालेंगे। तो उनसे बातचीत का आगाज करते हैं, पीएसएल के बारे में पूछेंगे, उनसे पाकिस्तान टीम के हवाले से भी बात करने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो गुफ्तगू का आगाज करते हैं। थैंक यू माइक फॉर योर टाइम। इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड हैज रीच्ड द प्लेऑफ एज हेड कोच. You must be relieved.
Yeah, look, very happy. Obviously, we've got to play off first and second, which is the position we wanted to be in. So yeah, delighted that we've given ourselves a chance towards the back end of the competition.
After winning the first five matches, did your team become complacent, which led to 4 consecutive losses?
No, certainly not complacent. We actually had significant injuries within the group and illness and some family illness as well. So our depth was tested, which is a big part of our squad in terms of the strength and depth. But yeah, we were certainly challenged a lot during that time. Sometimes we didn't play well, and a couple of times, the opposition played better than us. But we also were a little bit limited in terms of the resources we had. So delighted that we've been able to come back strong towards the end.
Shadab Khan unavailability due to injury must have an impact too.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, Shadab's a very fine leader, but obviously he's multi-skilled, so he can bat. Bats 4, 5, 6. He obviously bowls his quota of overs and can be attacking through the middle overs. So, very hard to replace in any team. So, yeah, delighted to have him back. Obviously, he's very passionate about Islamabad United, and the guys really enjoy playing for him.
There is also a perception that frequent changes in the playing 11 affected the team performance.
Yeah, look, I mean, there was a lot of talk about that, but even in the first 5 games, we actually needed to make significant change as well. So, what tends to happen is if you have one injury, then obviously not only do you need to make one change, you often need to change who the emerging is. So that might be 2 changes, and that might mean a change of balance. So you might need that, one person out could mean 3 changes. So, there was a lot of awareness within the group, but as I said, we were challenged during the middle phase of the competition. And probably the other part was that because we won so easily in those first few games, very few players got opportunity. So when they did, later on in the tournament, they hadn't had any cricket at all. So, thankfully, as I said, we've arrived at a point in the tournament now where, we're confident as a group, and key players are in form, which is great.
So far, Sahabada Farhans is the top scorer of the event. His performance must have impressed you.
Certainly has. I mean, obviously arrived at the PSL with tremendous domestic form. And often that's hard to translate, straight into the PSL. But, from the very first game, he got a sort of a runnable 20. Was a little bit, was a little bit rushed. And then from that time on, he's been exceptional. The 100, the tempo that he's played at, and the fact he's given us such good starts, shows that he's a high quality player.
Salman Ali Agha could not deliver standout performance. What do you think were the reasons?
Yes, Salman Ali Agha was injured for a large part of the tournament. Missed 3 games. That the game that he was injured in obviously affected his performance in that one. So, look, he also, as I said, the fact that our top order had done so well, the fact he'd slid down to number 4, often when he came in, we needed a very few runs to win. So, I expect, Salman Ali Agha to have a very strong finish to this tournament as he looks in good form.
Shadab Khan is once again delivering well with both bat and ball in the PSL. What would you say about him?
Oh, look, he's a very fine all-round cricketer, and one that, any franchise team around the world would jump at. He's just he's got that skill set that a lot of sides are looking for, that attacking bowler through the middle, and as I said, a power player with the bat through the middle as well, and an excellent fielder. So he's a good all-round cricketer, and to be fair, he should be coming to his prime, from an age perspective. He's had plenty of experience now. He's had some ups and downs. So sort of I expect, the next few years, he'll have some fine cricket in front of him.
Your team relies heavily on data. Does not this policy ever backfire?
I don't think. I think data is one part of the discussion. You always triangulate information. You gather a lot of data. You obviously bring your cricket intuition, and you bring the opposition into things as well. So it's very much about getting a really well-rounded view. Data plays a big part in that, but also the cricket side as well. So I don't think we're overly data-driven, but we certainly use data to assist us when context allows.
How has your overall experience in the PSL?
Oh, look, I think this year, last year I really enjoyed. Was a very tight competition, even going down to the last round. Pretty much all 6 or 5 of the 6 teams again could have made it. So it's a tight competition. I enjoy getting to this time of the competition when the trophy's on the line. There's been some very good overseas players, which is probably as good as there has been for a long time in the PSL. So, look, I really enjoy the tournament, and I enjoy the competitiveness of it. The fact that we play on lots of different types of pitches, I think, is really important for finding what the best team is and who the best players are. So, yeah, look, I've really enjoyed the tournament.
You have disproved this notion that a coach must be a former international cricketer. How did you enter this field?
Oh, look, I certainly was a former cricketer. I played as a professional for a number of years, but I turned to coaching young, and just the opportunity arose for me to do that, and that probably took me away from a playing background. So, the fact I really enjoyed the coaching, I had injuries and bits and pieces, and that probably steered me in a direction that I certainly don't regret. I've been able to have, more than 25 years as a professional coach sort of all around the world. So I'm lucky that I've been able to get those experiences. And I think that, players judge if you're able to add value as a coach. They don't want to hear necessarily just stories about your old playing days. They want to know that you can add value as a coach to their career. And that, that's the job of a coach.
You were also a match referee in one game. Why did you switch roles?
So I was actually coaching Argentina at the time, and it was in a tournament in Bermuda. So I was, I'd been through all my qualifications and everything, so I was asked to do it. So very much was a really great experience, but one that was never going to be long-term for me because I was going down the coaching path. But yeah, certainly something interesting to add to the CV.
You have now become the white ball coach of the Pakistan national team. What are your thoughts on this new responsibility?
Oh, look, I'm excited by it. I'm excited by, chance to, make big improvements to the national side and the white ball, and actually, play a brand of cricket that suits the modern game. Play a brand of cricket that brings success and certainly brings the fans back to, to support Pakistan. So, yeah, very much looking forward to the experience, but also understand that it's a big challenge here.
T20 captain Salman Ali Agha and vice captain Shadab Khan are both part of your franchise. Will that benefit you?
Oh, look, I think being involved in PSL for 2 years has given me a really good grasp of the playing skill and the types of players that are in the PSL. Some within Islamabad United, plenty from without. So, look, I know enough of the local players. Obviously, I know Salman Ali Agha. I know Shadab. I haven't worked with them for a couple of years, but I'm also, have a very good relationship with lots of players and lots of teams. So, yeah, looking forward to bringing that all together.
During the PSL, were you also keeping an eye on emerging talent?
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, the role is about, building succession planning as well. So you can't just deal with the now. You always need to be looking to the future and, putting plans in place around the very promising players in the country as well. So, that'll be, part of my brief along with Aqib Javed, who's at the NCA. So that'll be very much a collective approach.
Pakistan ranking in white ball cricket is quite low. Have you devised plans to improve it?
Oh, of course, that's my job.
Will you prioritize the young players, or will experienced names like Babar and Mohammad Rizwan also be part of your plans?
Oh, the plans will be based around what roles we want to play, the style of cricket that we want. So, once we nail down the way we want to play, obviously there'll be roles, significant or specific roles around that, and then we'll start to populate that with players that we think that can fulfill those roles.
थैंक यू वेरी मच। माइक हेसन की गुफ्तगू आपने सुनी और इस्लामाबाद की परफॉर्मेंस से बहुत ज्यादा खुश। इनका कहना था कि टीम में जो इंजरीज हुई प्लेयर्स को और कुछ और वजूहत की वजह से जो अनअवेलेबिलिटी थी उसकी वजह से थोड़ी सी शिकस्तें उनको मिली, लेकिन अब दोबारा से ट्रैक पर वापस आ चुके हैं। और उनका ये भी कहना था कि डाटा की वजह से उनको काफी फतूहात मिलती है और ये सिलसिला वो जारी रखेंगे। पाकिस्तान टीम के हेड कोच बनने पर काफी वो मसरूर है, लेकिन वाज़ेह तौर पर आपने भी फील किया होगा इस मौजू पे अभी वो इतना बात करना नहीं चाहते, शायद इसलिए कि अभी जिम्मेदारी उन्होंने संभाली नहीं है। लेकिन पाकिस्तान टैलेंट जो उन्होंने देखा है उससे बहुत ज्यादा वो पुरुमीद है कि आगे के लिए अच्छे प्लेयर भी मिलेंगे। पीएसएल से भी उन्होंने इस उम्मीद का इजहार किया कि नया टैलेंट मिलेगा। फिर इंशाल्लाह किसी और गेस्ट के साथ आपसे मुलाकात होगी। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।